Hey everyone, it is time for Twitter Scope today, episode 121, and I'm going to talk today a little bit about Follow Friday, what it is, why people do it, and then, so welcome everyone. My name is Dawn Carter, and I'm so glad you joined me for quick daily Twitter tips here on Twitter Scope. Well, who is Dawn and what the heck is Twitter Scope? Let me tell you what it is. My name is Dawn Carter, and I'm at dcart on the socials. I've been on Twitter since April of 2008, and I don't know if you said this or you've had friends that have said this, but I just don't get Twitter. I don't understand how to use it to connect with my prospects, how to use it to engage with an audience, how to build my own platform within my industry. And so thus Twitter Scope was born. So I'm here every single weekday pushing back that veil of ignorance that surrounds Twitter. And you can find all the past episodes of Twitter Scope on YouTube. If you are catching this on YouTube, be a doll and subscribe right there. That would make my day. So let's go ahead and dive right into Twitter Scope episode 121, which is Follow Friday. Follow Friday. So what the heck is Follow Friday? If you've been around Twitter, you probably already know Follow Friday, which is hashtag FF or hashtag Follow Friday, is just a convention that was created by Twitter users to give shout outs to people that they want to share with their followers to say, hey, you know what? You guys may not know this person. Think of it as like a public introduction for someone. Now, there are a lot of different ways you can do a Follow Friday. Some people will just say, hashtag FF and then list off a bunch of names. I typically like to do them one at a time. Sometimes I'll bunch them together, but I like to actually give context of why I'm saying, hey, Follow Friday, this is why. And so that's what I'm going to do. And why people do this. So number one of the reasons why people participate in Follow Friday. Number one, it's just a great way to give back to your own network and to say, hey, you know what? This is someone I want to promote. So it's using your platform to promote the good that you see in someone else. So it's just a good practice because it's good form. It's a way to grow your own followers, but it's also a way to discover new people as well. So if I see someone else's Follow Friday shout out, I typically will go check them out because if it's someone I trust and they are giving a shout out to someone else, most likely a lot of times it'll be someone that I'll find of interest as well. So it's a great way for you to find new people to follow as well. So that's how I do it and why people do it. So let me give you a little insight into why I think at Wine Antics is a good Follow Friday candidate. So if there's the name right there, if you want to screenshot that, or if you want to go ahead and swipe up on whatever, swipe up or swipe across and share this if you want to. So go ahead and, oh, look who just joined us. So Follow Friday is all about you, baby, Wine Antics. And here's why. Usually when I give a Follow Friday, I want to give people context. I want to let people know, hey, this is why, so they can make the choice of, yeah, I want to follow them, or no, I'm not really into that. Not always about the content of just what they're tweeting. For my Follow Fridays that I do for Twitter Scope, I do it from almost like an analytical perspective. I look at what they do, how they behave on Twitter, almost like an assessment in a good way, like a coach, and say, hey, this is what they're doing right. And so that's why I want to share Wine Antics as my Follow Friday. So number one of the things that she does, and her name's Jen, she's in the DC area, is that she's personable online. She's personable. If you run into her across any of the platforms, she's consistent in her persona, whether you meet her in Snapchat or you meet her in Blab or you meet her in Twitter, she's consistently personable and she's just a delight. I can't wait to meet her in real life one day. But let that be a lesson to all of us to say, you know, there is a personality, a persona that we project and make sure that it's consistent. I mean, different platforms are going to lend for different aspects of us. But there's something to be said about letting your tribe know what to expect from you. So for instance, people that follow Descartes know that I'm going to be a goof, know that I'm going to whip out ridiculous props like these and whatever. So let people know. Number one, so it's personable across online. Number two, and I already mentioned that. I don't know if you can read that. She's a great example of using cross-channel promotion. Cross-channel promotion. What I mean by that is if, for instance, she's hosting a discussion about wine on Blab, which is like a video interviewee kind of platform, she does a great job of posting that information onto Twitter, letting people know on Snapchat, and there's just this great I call it cross-pollination. So I'm going to actually give you an example of that, and then my next two, I'm going to actually show you her Twitter profile. So let me go ahead and flip this around. You guys always, you're so patient with me because every time I try to do ridiculous things like this, it always like wiggles and it looks like an earthquake from California. There we go. So hopefully you can see that. So this is what we're looking at. So we're looking at Jen's Twitter file. Isn't that a beautiful profile picture? I should probably have added that as another thing too, because we've talked about having a professional looking profile picture, and she does. Great header. There's no question about what it is to expect when you take a look at her profile. So we're kind of doing a little profile 101 on you. So personable online, great use of cross-channel promotion. She also uses the pinned tweet function, which I've talked about that before. So let me go ahead. And if this is going to give me issues, I apologize. Of course it's going to give me issues. Here, let me grab another tripod. Oh, sorry, guys. Here we go. I will go ahead and take it out of this. Oh, I got to get one of those Archon mounts. I've had one and I lost it. So there we go. So you could actually see my neighborhood, which is so exciting. There we go. So better, different mount. So let's take a look at this. So what it is, sorry about that, guys. And if you need seasickness pills, I can send those to you. Okay, here we go. So one of the things I mentioned before is that she uses a pinned tweet right here. We've talked about that on Twitter Scope before, about how good that is to use that on your profile. This is basically a way of putting a tweet at the top of your updates, and she's got a promo for one of her Blab About Wine shows. So I think this is a great example, guys, of using a pinned tweet to cross-promote across the channels. She also has a ton of visual content, and we've talked about that, how important it is to use visual content in your tweets. Research shows that it's a lot more, you get a lot more engagement with that. And the other thing I wanted to share is also, finally, her good use of tagging, Now remember, we've talked about how to tag correctly and how to tag incorrectly. Remember, we said tagging incorrectly, I think Kristen Cardos is the one that said it, is like slapping a bumper sticker on my butt and walking around without my knowledge. So Jen is not one of those people who do it that way. She does it a good way. She doesn't over tag. And if you look here, in her image, she puts the people that she's tagged. And this is how I knew about it. It's because she tagged me. She also went ahead and tagged a couple other folks. And I just want to show you why tagging can be so powerful. All these people, oopsies, all the people that she tagged in here, if you click on this, you can actually pull up the people that she tagged. So here we go. Here we go, guys. So this is a great way to get, look at that. Wine 101, Wineium, Wine Snubs, Wine Education. All of these folks are within her network, which I think is just pretty awesome. So it's a great way, in a way, it's almost like a great way for her to give a Follow Friday to a bunch of folks that she knows are fans of her stuff. So let me, there we go. So those are the reasons why. This wasn't a commercial about Wine Antics, but what I want to do is just basically show you that we can learn from people. It does not matter what their follower account is. You can learn from people who are using Twitter well. So again, here we go, guys. Follow Wine Antics because of these great things that she's does. I want to celebrate the people that are doing stuff awesome on Twitter, because Lord knows there are enough doofuses that are out there that are ruining the platform. So when I see people that are doing excellent things, we want to give them a shout out. So finally, this was episode 121 on Twitter Scope. My Follow Friday is for Jen on Wine Antics. Remember, you can catch all the past episodes on Twitter Scope on YouTube. These are daily, quick Twitter it's usually Twitter, social media in general, little tips on here on Periscope, but also I'm going to go hop over to Facebook Live and do it there as well. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, or if you're catching this on the replay, thank you so much for hopping on. I love this idea. No, I'm not amazing. I learn from amazing people like you guys, Jen. So anyways, you guys follow her right there if you're watching on Periscope, so you can learn, because that's all I do. I am just the world's master, I don't know what you call it, observer, cheater, stealer? I don't know. I learn from the best. Let me just say that. I will catch you guys on the next Twitter Scope. And remember, we can push back that veil of ignorance that surrounds Twitter one scope at a time. And I hope you'll join me here, or hit subscribe and join my mom and the other 5 people on Twitter Scope or on YouTube. Bye. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.